chased by a giraffe. The director of the commercial said, hey, we need the giraffe to follow you. Do you think you can get him to follow you with that can of overstuffed beef ravioli? And I said, I don't think so, because giraffes are herbivores. And not likely to crave overstuffed beef ravioli.
Do you feel it's similar to like a set in pro wrestling where you got to get them right away and then tell the story, let the story unfold?
I'd say there is something to that, especially when you're doing a guest set and when you're not in front of an audience familiar with you, like they were tonight.
Yeah.
If they have to get to know you and you only have 5 to 10 minutes to make them, like you and laugh at what you're saying, then yeah, it is similar to a guy going out there in the independent scene and trying to win over an audience in 10 minutes.
What are the other comics saying to you about your stand-up?
I think they appreciate that I'm taking it seriously.
He's funny, he's an author, and he's a great performer, so he's got a huge head start from most people.
Guys can see that there's a passion and a willingness to learn.
As long as he's up on stage and he keeps working, like he can be very big or very talented stand-up comedian.
I have about 20 comedy shows under my belt. I'll be the main event. So I'm throwing Oz and Kazmaier on after Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker.
Where do you see yourself going with this?
It might lead somewhere, but I'll tell you where it will not lead. It will not lead to my couch in 10 years going, I could have been a comedian.
And you did it. You wanted to do it, and you went out and
gave it
made
a try,
it happen,
and if the breaks don't happen, they don't happen. Somebody said, hey, have you thought about doing a Comedy Central special? And I was like, yeah, I thought about it, but I decided it wasn't for me. Of course, these breaks, if they happen to come, are great, but the likelihood is that I'll have to work hard and get my name out there and try to win over people at every stop.
You killed tonight, so excellent job.
You would use the word killed, really?
I would use the word killed. Yes, I would. People were cheering as you were leaving, so that's a good sign. They weren't cheering
because I was.
Mick Foley, ladies and gentlemen. Catch him on YouTube and any other place that you will see Mick Foley related material.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, man. So there you go, huh? Pretty cool. I mean, Mick is just a really cool guy who wants to meet his fans, wants to go out there and just hang out with people, get to know. It's like he's one of the most interactive comedians I've actually seen in a while because he genuinely wants to learn, and he's been learning in leaps and bounds really quickly. And I think it's really good, too, because a lot of comedians out there, and I did stand-up comedy for a while, as you may have noticed, a lot of comedians never really listen to the audience sometimes, The best ones do, because it really is a totally interactive experience. Because, I'm here right now, I'm talking to you guys, all you guys out there in the world. I was trained, in the comedy clubs in Long Island and New York and the Tri-County area. So you immediately know if you suck. You know what I'm saying? The audience will tell you, especially in Jersey, that they, if you suck, they will yell at you. But if you're good, they are there for you, and they hang out with you after the show, and they tell you about their most favorite routine, and and if they're nice enough to buy your merchandise. So if you ever get a chance, definitely go hang out with Mick. But we're not done with Mick. Oh hell no! When I was talking about fans, I'm talking about something also which I like to do. I call the fan cam, which is a term from wrestling. Wrestling fans know what I'm talking about. The previous interview that you saw was for Patch, and that was done at the brokerage, which was Governor's at the brokerage, which is in Long Island. I went to another place, Governor's at McGuire's, which is out here on Long Island as well. And after a show there, from some stand-up comedy videos, which we'll show in the third segment, I got a chance to sit down with Mick. I asked him a few of the same questions. He had some different answers. But this is a fan cam interview with Mick. I got right up in there, and he was nice enough to hang out with me at the bar. And I asked Mick some new questions and some old questions about what it's like to do stand-up comedy. Let's check it out right now. Okay, we're hanging out at Thomas McGuire's. Governor's at Thomas McGuire's in Bohemia. Mick Foley, just after doing some stand-up comedy. How you feeling about it?
I feel pretty good. One of the nicest things about doing these shows is getting the feedback from the other comics on the show, and it's pretty cool. It's almost like having the wrestlers around you. Like it's another group of boys, as we call them in wrestling.
What is the one comment that all the comedians were telling you?
Quit. Just quit.
Oh, they weren't saying that.
You know what? I always feel like when I'm up there that I'm like George Bush at at a debate, like the bar is set really low for me. Like, hey, you did pretty good. Like they're surprised that I, that I do okay, and they're encouraging. So the thing honestly, the most frequent comment I've gotten is, "Hey, stick with it." Their stuff is pretty intriguing.
Now you're a storyteller.
Right.
And do you feel that that is your biggest strength on stage?
Yeah, I'm not really a big punchline guy. So there's one of the things about comedy, one of the parallels between comedy and wrestling is that there is something for everybody. I always said that wrestling was like the three-ring circus. Like, if you weren't necessarily enthralled by the trapeze artist, then maybe you'd enjoy the 26 clowns getting in the back of a Pinto. Yeah. So there is a room for every method of storytelling, or else Larry the Cable Guy wouldn't be selling out arenas, and Yakov Smirnoff wouldn't have his own. He has his own theater.
What a country!
We had one joke.
One joke. He's got his own theater.
And you know what? If there is room, it's a big tent. It's a big tent. I think the trick is to find out where you fit into that tent and get enough people to come over to your side of the tent and appreciate your stuff.
Now, where do you see yourself going with your style of comedy?
That's for other people to say. Where I see myself going in the near future, I'm going to work at it. I'm going to come to these clubs. The Long Island Triangle here requires governors and the brokerage, and I'm going to try to put my time in and my work in the same way that a wrestler would try to appear and wrestle on every show he could. So money's not the object here. Getting the time in is good. I'm going to be available for fundraisers and hopefully be a comic who can travel and do shows on the road.
And a final word to all your fans out there that want to see you do comedy.
Come check it out. Check it out. We'll have stuff on YouTube very soon. Be your own judge. Don't listen to anybody else unless they say I'm good, in which case I want you to listen to them.
So there you go, guys. Definitely more to come, because in the third segment, you guys are going to be treated to something very, very cool. Mick actually asked me to come down for a couple of shows, and just with my regular flip camera, I got to videotape, or video, can't really say tape anymore because it's all digital. I got to video Mick doing some stand-up comedy. These are exclusives. I've never seen before, except, if you went on YouTube and you saw them. But they're going to be seen here for the first time on the Strangio Show. And Mick does some really cool stuff. He tells a story about Jake the Snake Roberts, and he also tells about his affinity for Mr. Miyagi from The Karate Kid. So that's coming up in the third segment. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to commercial in just a second. When we come back in the second segment, this is amazing. Found footage from 20 years ago at Eastside Comedy. We found this amazing comedy duo called Pete and Alex. The song stylings of Pete and Alex. 5 episodes of these guys are coming up next on the Strangio Show. Tell your friends, get on the email, send a raven if you like Game of Thrones. Tell people about this. It's going to kick ass. You're watching the Strangio Show from Madhouse TV, also simulcast on Comedy Hoo-Ha. We'll be right back right after this.
Hi, this is Mickey B, the Prince of Rock and Roll. Join me for a special oldies show, Volume 2, Saturday, September 22nd, 7 p.m. at the Patchogue Theater, celebrating their 50th anniversary, starring the Duprees. The Brooklyn Reunion, Jimmy Gallagher and the Passions. Emil Stucco and the Classics, The Mystics, Barbara Harris and the Toys, Larry Chance and the Earls, Still in Style, and Directions Limited. For tickets and information, call 516-822-9612, 516-822-9612, or MickeyB.com, sponsored by.
I was nervous about selecting the perfect paving stones for our project.
There are so many choices, I didn't want to make a mistake.
After all, it is our home.
It had to be the most beautiful patio.
An exquisite driveway.
A stunning backyard oasis.
I chose Astro for the largest selection.
The best prices.
The magnificent displays.
The finest service and the expert advice.
I chose
Astro.
Astro Masonry and Supply. Call 631-242-2567 or go to astromasonry.com.
Do you seek the truth?
Yes.
Come forward. Hang on. Are those trainers?
Every time.
I'm sorry, I don't make the rules.
Come on, mate. I thought they were quite smart.
The rest of you are all right.
It's all right, man. Go in there without me. But wait, it's all right. We're not having that, are we? Perfect. We're not leaving him. Actually, mate, I think we're probably going to try somewhere else instead. Cheers, boys. That's rubbish anyway.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. This is the Strangio Show from Madhouse TV, also simulcast on ComedyHooHa.com. If you don't know by now, ComedyHooHa.com is a comedy site that I helped set up with a company called F6 Digital. And you guys can, join. You can actually submit your own comedy material. If you have some comedy videos you want to put on there, that's cool too. You can see the Tom and LJ show and even the Evie Turner show on ComedyHooHa.com right here from Madhouse TV. Well, let's talk about our next series of videos. Guys, this is going to be damn funny. This is almost like, actually it is, found footage from 1992. So it's going to be a little grainy, but still kind of cool. The sound is excellent. A long time ago, I did this show called The Fugitive Fleet. Now, if you don't get that reference, any Battlestar Galactica fans out there from the first one? Not the remake, but the first one? They were a ragtag fugitive fleet, and they were like a whole bunch of people. Well, when I first started this thing, it was like 13 comedians, and we were this ragtag fugitive fleet. And I wanted to do a show that had comedy videos, comedy sketches, short films, and musical parodies. Well, these two guys, Paul Bond and Al Isaacs, they came to me and told me this funny story about how they got together. I think it was actually in a park in Levittown, like this open-air park, and they just like sat there and started playing, and they came up with these characters called Pete and Alex. And they were this mythical duo of guys who were the most amazing musicians in the history of the world, and they basically just ripped apart every song they ever did in a good way. So what I did was I found these things. These are very short episodes. They last between like a minute and a half, to sometimes under a minute. This one's about a minute and a half or so. And the first one is them having fun with a certain song that you may have heard of from the 90s, a polka version, and then they kind of rip apart a guy that you might have known from the 90s as well. Let's check it out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the worldwide debut of the Pete and Alex Review.
Gives me a rip shot, though. How's that? Hi, my name is Steve. I'm Larry. Let's get to a hand. Bill. Hi. All right. Okay, we're going to do a little sing-along right from this out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want anybody else. When I think about you, I thought you myself. I love myself. That's what scares me. Here we go. Hey!
Wasn't that a jaunty polka song? I hope you were having some fun with yourself during that song. Whatever makes you happy, that's all I'm saying. So we got more to come on these guys. Ladies and gentlemen, our next grouping of songs. You know, so I'm just going to surprise you. I mean, like, one is a Billy Joel song. The second one is a parody of somebody else. And one of my favorite songs that they do is the last song in this set. This video runs for about 2 minutes and a little bit of change. Stick with it. I promise you, you're going to be laughing your butt off. You will no longer have a butt. You'll laugh so hard your butt will fall down. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 2 of the Pete and Alex Review.
All right, a little Billy Joel for you. Hey, Billy Joel fans. I got fans beat changed myself. Okay, this is Billy Joel. In a good show time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
My God, brilliant. When I first heard that, I literally fell off my chair and laughed for about I stopped laughing about 2 weeks ago. And this was back in 1992. How funny I thought that was. In case you're wondering, we got a few more videos to go, but in case you're wondering, Al has a little drum machine on his lap, and he doesn't have a magic lap, or does he? He doesn't have a magic lap, but he's actually hitting the drum machine here. And yes, that's actually Paul playing. Paul is an amazing guitarist, and I'll give you more information about these guys at the end of these segments. But what do you say we jump right into the next one? A little advance warning, if you're watching this at work, this next one does have some colorful language. Telling you that right now. So if you're a kid watching it, cover your ears or go get something to eat. But this is it starts off with their version of a heavy metal band, which a lot of people like, and they do something very interesting with it. Here we go, our next episode of Pete and Alex.
Ladies and gentlemen, this Sunday on MTV Unplugged, it's Mega Jeff.
Okay, well there you go. Just some fun. We're just having fun, guys. Settle down. So we heard a lot of song parodies, up in the first three. Well, this next one, is an original tune. We're going to bring the room down a little bit. If you guys want to maybe, get some mood lighting, find somebody you love, hold on to them tight, light some incense. Do whatever it takes to get the mood going on. Now, the original composition. Never heard in a very, very long time. Folks, you guys, we got the exclusive right here. This is Pete and Alex singing the original song in French.
This is a song we're going to, this is called In French. Bonjour, mon ami. Fromage means hard in French. Jamon means hat in French. Fromage means cheese, and I need you to French kiss me. Sorry. 2 and 3 equals 5. 5 equals 8. 1 and 2 equals 3. And I need you to 69 feet. A hammer costs $9. It hurts. A nail is just a nail. It hurts. Rings are on sale, and I need you to just screw me.
I need you to just screw me. Finer lyrics have never been sung. Oh no, there's love in those lyrics. Yes. So now the last song of the Pete and Alex review is kind of a bluesy tune. It's a bluesy tune. If you want to get your groove on, it's going to be happening right now. I don't know. We should get these guys on the Tommy Marr show. I think, maybe they might have been at Woodstock. I don't know. It's possible. We'll find some archive footage. This next song is a blues song, an original blues song, sung in a way that is different. Ladies and gentlemen, the final installment, coming out about 1:22. This is the Pete and Alex review. Go for it.
His name is Joey, and his big dream in life is to become a black R&B singer. But he's 4.5 years old. He's white and Jewish. So that's not happening. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Joey. Is Joey. If he were a black R&B singer. Do we set that up enough? Okay.
See, yeah, we were grooving so much. Can you hear the echo? Oh, I'm trapped. Okay, very good. We were grooving so much to do a Pete and Alex review. We wanted to just have a damn good time. What's the matter? Tom's talking to me. So what's up? You can talk to me. You good? Nah? All right. He's saying yes. You can talk. People can hear you. It's all right.
You dropped down.
I dropped down. Oh, it's a shame. Am I lower now? Hey.
You are lower on the
Hey,
platform.
I'll go a little higher. So the Pete and Alex review, they were an amazing time. Do we want to see them Yeah, I think so, gang. I think we need to get Pete and Alex, 20 years later, back here, live, in studio. You hear me, boys? I'm coming after you. I'm going to get my camera. I'm going to find out where you are. I'm going to interview you guys. I'm going to show them right here. And then I'm bringing you on this show. It's going to happen. It's a Steve Strangio guarantee. That's all I'm saying. If you want to check out these guys, I actually got their stuff right here. Paul Bond. Go to paulbond.tv. Then you can also go to alisaacs.com. That's ALISAACS, alisaacs.com. And Al's also in a group called Isaacs and Baker, a really amazing comedy improvisational troupe. And you can catch them at somecomedy.com, S-O-M-E, comedy.com. I got that right? Yeah, I did. All right, cool. Check them out. All right, guys, when we come back, we're going to commercial right now. When we come back, we are going to have 2 exclusive fan cam interviews with the hardcore legend himself, Mick Foley. Stay tuned to The Strangio Show.
I drinks a beer from the glass, but that's boring. Das Boot, ooh ja, das more like it, keep pouring. I have the German accent, and so of course I love beer. But how much can the Boot hold? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, Bier. Das Boot. I have the beer and so I need the light snack. A giant pretzel, totally perfect, cheese goes nicely with that. Now I'm all dirty and tired and probably needs a shower. Energy drink should do, I just need more than 5 hours. So very totally cool. I wake up early and I hunger for breakfast. Buttermilk pancakes, sausage, eggs, bacon, sugar and cinnamon. And for lunch I want the Wiener Schnitzel, ooh yeah, gotta have served with my turf and wash it down with some butter. For dinner is simple, I always eat the same thing. Sauerbraten, goulash, bratwurst, spatzel, has some pepper and mayo. And to top it all off, I think the cake looks amazing. But there's just one thing I change, I think it goes without saying. Stick it in the boot.
So what do you think?
Das Beer Boot. Available now at vet19.com.
vet19.com.
This is Tom Mealy for 1-800-INJURY-LAW. You know, for years, you've heard me talk about people injured in accidents, soft tissue fractures, sometimes even worse. I've made it very clear that you need to understand what happens to your body when in an accident, especially a soft tissue injury. Now, let me get something straight. Firms that try to duplicate my message don't stand up to the years of experience of this team. The bottom line, I am Tom Mealy, the voice you've heard for years, the guy associated with the team of attorneys fighting every day to get you the compensation you deserve. By calling 1-800-INJURY-LAW, I will continue to guarantee my undivided attention as well as the attention of the most talented team of attorneys here on Long Island. Now understand this, 1-800-INJURY-LAW, we're not a bunch of prima donnas. Accidents, they don't keep bankers' hours, and neither do we. It's simple. It's the Harrison Law Group. It's 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Ray, I don't know. Are you sure clicking this thing will get us online?
Well, try dragging it.
Faster.
You're just a mouse click away from a better way to rent movies. Blockbuster Total Access. Movies through the mail plus movies through the store. One low price. Here's the problem. We forgot to plug it in.
Oh! Don't even think about it!
Get a free trial at your Blockbuster store or Blockbuster.com.
Yeah, boy, we are back with the Strangio Show from Madhouse TV, also simulcast on comedyhooha.com. Hey, guys, you can leave me messages on Domity Hoo-Ha. Comedy Hoo-Ha is the good show. ComedyHooHa.com. You can actually leave me messages on that site as well. If you are watching it on Comedy Hoo-Ha, look below. Scroll down. You'll see some places you can leave some comments. All right, gang. So what do you say we get right to the Mick Foley stuff? I was lucky enough to be asked by Mick to come down and bring my camera and shoot him doing, not shoot him personally, but shoot him doing stand-up comedy. He has, like I said, a great rapport with his crowd and a very good give and take. And one of the cool things, if you heard the previous interview, is that Mick is a really, really good storyteller. And he had this really, really funny story about him dealing with Jake the Snake Roberts. If you guys remember Jake the Snake, one of the legends of professional wrestling. This clip is going to run 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and every bit of it is gold. Ladies and gentlemen, here is a fan cam video of the hardcore legend Mick Foley talking about Jake the Snake Roberts.
To live life to the extremes, sometimes extremely well, sometimes not so well. In 1996, I had the good fortune to ride and room with one of the true legends of the wrestling business, a man named Jake the Snake Roberts. You guys remember Jake? Man, Jake had been down a tough road, and he found God. And for a while, for a few months period, I felt so fortunate to be around this holy man. We had an unfortunate occurrence where a guy we knew well, a guy to whom life had not been that kind, had a traumatic situation take place. He lived in a little trailer in the woods of Georgia. And this one night it was so hot that one of his children had to be taken to the hospital. And he wanted to know if we could buy him an air conditioner. It's $450. 1996. Now, some of you may be familiar with the legendary stories of my thriftiness on the road in professional wrestling. Anyone? Not entirely undeserved. Just ask my children. And it was a tough decision to make. On one hand, I knew it would help this family enormously. On the other hand, it was 96. I was just getting my break in WWE. The injuries, the years on the road had added up, despite what Dan Barry said, using the F word. You came up here and you said wrestling was fake. I have one fucking ear. Come on. Dad, God darn you. I don't mean to drop the F-bomb. The nurse in my room in Germany actually said that after she threw my ear out in the garbage can. She said, "Es ist Schauspiel, yeah," which means it's all fake. I was like, if there's one time you get the benefit of the doubt, shouldn't it be then? It was that thing where you step on the pedal and the lid goes up, and she threw out my ear as I struggled for the German word for formaldehyde. I wanted to put it in a jar and bring it home. I think it would be worth a fortune on eBay right now. Put the Georgie the Ghost book to shame. Anyway, I brought this situation up to Jake the Snake Roberts. I said, "Jake, what should I do?" And he looked at me. And he said one simple word. He said, "Pray." And I thought to myself, by saying one word, this man has shown himself to be the wisest man in the world. The next day he came to me and he said, "So, Mick, what did you decide to do?" And I said, we bought the air conditioner. And just when I thought Jake the Snake could not get any wiser, he did. He put his hand on my knee. He nodded his head. And he walked away, showing he was not only the wisest man in the world, but the most compassionate too. A couple days later in Canada, Jake surprised me a little bit by ordering a beer, because Jake had been sober for well over a year. His tough road through alcoholism, drug addiction was well documented. A woman came up and she said, "Mr. Roberts, should you really be doing that?" And Jake looked at her and he said, "Ma'am, the Lord has given me the strength to have just one beer." And I know the Lord doesn't give that strength to just anybody. That's a gift he bestows on few people. And now I knew he was not only the wisest man in the world, the most compassionate, but the strongest too. Later that night, around 4:30 a.m., the wisest, most compassionate, strongest man in the world urinated all over me. His urine was freezing cold. Like he had his own cross-brewed refrigeration system long before Coors Light got the patent on it. I woke up with a start with his freezing cold urine spraying all over me. I said, God damn it, Jake, what the hell are you doing? And his words no longer seemed that wise when he went, and he collapsed in bed. I was pissed, man. I went down. I wanted to switch rooms immediately, but it was only 4:30 a.m. I knew I'd have to pay for an extra night. So I watched Kung Fu reruns until 6. I went up to the lady and I said, I know I specifically asked for a non-smoking, non-urine room. The next day, Jake came up to me. He said, I guess we need to talk. I said, you better believe we do. He said, I guess some forgiveness is in order. I said, you better believe it is. Because I was willing to do that for him. Then he said to me, you know you took the Lord's name in vain last night.
There you go. A great story about Jake the Snake Roberts. I'm telling you, it's what's great when you're in the audience watching Mick do his thing. It's kind of a communal thing because he does tell these amazing, great stories. And even if you're not a wrestling fan and you like to hang out with somebody who's going to tell you some great stories, and then afterwards, he's such a great guy with his fans, he will sit there and hang out with you and talk to you and take some pictures, sign an autograph, whatever it is. And it's been a really long while since I've seen celebrities. We'll call him a celebrity, even though to me he's just a regular guy. But to see how he interacts with his fans, and that's genuinely a fantastic thing to see. So, hey, we got one more video of his. This next one is another story, another fan cam video, and apparently he is a very big fan of the movie The Karate Kid, and he has learned many life lessons, as we all have. About things from Mr. Miyagi. So here's Mick Foley. This runs about 3 minutes and change, telling us a story about what he's learned from Mr. Miyagi.
So you learn in life and in wrestling, as Mr. Miyagi once said. You stay on that one side of the road, you're fine. Stay on the other side of the road, you're fine. What happens to you if you veer into the middle? Squish, just like grape. You people have never seen The Karate Kid? What am I talking a foreign language here? The crane technique? No? I'll tell you something about the crane technique. This is what you learn about suspending disbelief in professional wrestling. This was supposed to be indefensible when correctly used, right? Last time I saw that used effectively was when Ian Anderson did a flute solo on the 1980 Jethro Tull tour. Got me thinking about the Karate Kid. I asked a couple people in wrestling if the Karate Kid was still relevant. They said, oh no, that was so long ago. I said, all right, answer me this. Have you ever gone into the ring and done the crane technique? And they said, yeah. Of course it's still relevant, right? The most touching scene in the movie by far, was when Daniel was under the impression he was being used by Mr. Miyagi simply to do some household chores around Mr. Miyagi's compound. Later came to find that he was actually secretly learning the techniques to make him a master of the art of karate. And that music kicked in and it was so touching. I realized how lucky Daniel was that Mr. Miyagi had a bunch of odd jobs he needed done around his compound. I realized how unfortunate he may have been if he had been under Mr. Miyagi's employ of a different nature, like, say, Mr. Miyagi had been the proprietor of a somewhat seedy massage parlor. He came in and he said, hey, Mr. Miyagi, this is bullshit, man. Been jerking people up for 6 weeks. I haven't learned nothing. Miyagi says, Daniel-san, everything not as it seems. Show me work the shaft. What? Show me work the shaft. Daniel-san, no,
Nice! Work a shaft, big stroke. Left hand, right hand, left down. Now show me spread the ass. No, Daniel-san, spread ass. Big wide, spread ass right, spread ass left. There, now we know secrets of karate, Daniel-san. Now, Daniel-san, show me, fling the load. Big strong down. Fling the left, fling the right. I don't even know if I got my left and right hands correct. I'm calling.
Never have any truer words been spoken. More to come. So, excellent job, Mick. It was great to hanging out with you. Actually, the first time I actually met Mick Foley was back in 1999. Oh my God. You guys remember? Well, now it's called WWE, but it used to be called WWF, and they had this thing called WWF New York. It was in Midtown, gigantic, like acre-long facility, and I got a chance. I actually worked for the WWE, WWF back then, and I got a chance to host my own show there, and Mick was my guest on the show. So that's when I first met him, and then we got a chance to work together on a TV show, and hopefully we can get him to work on this film I'm doing called Savage Hot Babe Massacre. Remember that from the last show? We're turning it into a film, and we did shoot a whole bunch of promo videos with Mick, which we'll be showing on the shows in the future, along with some of the auditions of some of the Savage Hot Babes. And hey, Mick, I'm giving you the open invite. If you'd like to come and hang out with us right here in the studios of Madhouse TV, you're more than welcome to come and hang out and promote whatever the hell you want to promote, because you are a damn fun guy and a damn funny guy, and we wish you all the best. All right, guys, we got some more stuff to come. We got one more segment to go. I am going to be going to Lady of America to work out with some women, or some babes, whatever you want to call them, women. We got more coming right here on The Strangio Show, Madhouse TV, ComedyHooHa.com. We'll be right back right after this commercial break. Yeah.
What is Grand Prix Motorsports? It's a full-service motorsport performance and service shop. It's West Coast custom style, East Coast pricing, old-school customer service, custom-built bikes, all-out performance upgrades, and free towing too. Grand Prix Motorsports is automobile, motorcycle, jet ski, and ATV, performance, service, and repair. It's online at GrandPrixMS.com. Grand Prix Motorsports, Long Island Avenue, Deer Park.
Suffolk County Gold Refinery for the highest paid prices for your gold, diamonds, and jewelry with cash on the spot. Visit their showroom for unbelievable prices on fine jewelry and engagement rings. 71 Millbar Boulevard, Farmingdale, 631-777-CASH. Suffolk County Gold Refinery for the highest paid prices for your gold, diamonds, and jewelry with cash on the spot. Visit their showroom for unbelievable prices on fine jewelry and engagement rings. 71 Millbar Boulevard, Farmingdale, 631-777-CASH. For the highest paid prices for your gold, diamonds, and jewelry with cash on the spot. Suffolk County Gold Refinery, 631-777-CASH.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Strangio Show. I'm Steve Strangio. This is still my boomstick. Any Bruce Campbell fans out there? Let me hear you. One thing I forgot to mention about Mick Foley, if you want to check him out on the web, just go to realmickfoley.com. R-E-A-L, realmickfoley.com, and you can check out his website. All right, gang, so some of you may know I also work for a company called Patch.com. This is a website that has all these like really cool websites for each town in pretty much every state in the country. And recently I did a travel show for a place called the Malvern West Hempstead, Patch.com. And I would go around to like local places and pretty much have my own talk show and really just have a fun time. So it came up in conversations like, hey Steve, you should probably go to maybe work out, And I said, all right, fine. Well, what makes it interesting? It's an all women's gym. So I was like, hey, let's make this happen. This is my journey to Lady of America for Patch.com. Check it out.
Work it. Up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. You're feeling a burn right now.
I am feeling a burn.
Burn, burn, burn.
My glutes are on fire. I'm kicking my glutes. So we're hanging out with Vita Zorbo, the owner of Lady of America. Now, how important is it to have a fitness club just for women?
I think it's very important. It's important to get women in a comfortable environment, to teach them and coach them to get to their fitness goal.
Right now there's a man in here, so I'll try to be as, fly against the wall as possible.
Squeeze those cheeks on the way up.
I'm squeezing my cheeks. And this is why it's a women's only facility. Now, you also feel that women need extra special attention when it comes to
Absolutely.
this. Why is that?
Well, it takes a lot for a woman to actually walk into a gym. They start to look around, they see women of all shapes and sizes, and that makes them feel comfortable.
Some people have questions about, why just for women, but it's needed.
It's needed, absolutely.
So they feel comfortable to come here. You don't have to worry about some guy like doing this in the background. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? So how you doing? How you doing? I'm just enough of a man to wear pink punching gloves. Let's make this happen.
Okay.
How you doing? I think you're developing some strong women out there.
I sure am.
That's right.
It's all about empowering women.
Come on! Whoa! I can also tell that you really, really care, about the women that are here.
We decided that we were not just going to be another gym in the neighborhood. Every woman that walks in is greeted by my staff, by me. We know what's going on in their lives. We help them solve some problems as they're working out.
It's good because we all work together. I think we all understand each other.
Yeah.
We feel comfortable.
It's our group exercise room. We do 40 plus classes a week. This is our personal Pilates area. In here is where a little pampering happens. I love what I do. I have a passion for what I do.
Yeah.
And it's my job to help the obesity crisis in America.
That's amazing. It's great that someone's out there watching out, especially for women who want to have the best fitness they possibly can.
You could even watch TV and do this.
Can I eat chips while it's happening?
People always say, you guys are different. You really, really care.
Yeah.
And that's what I want people to know.
Woo! All right, that was a workout. So, Lady of America right here in West Hempstead. A perfect place for women to feel supportive, have a great time, and work out and lose weight and feel good about themselves. I'm gonna go jog around the block. See you guys later. Steve Strangio, Journey 2, Patch.com. So there you go, my journey to the Lady of America. They do a really fantastic job there. Vita Zorba was really, really accommodating. I got to hang out there and work with the ladies, and they were looking at me kind of sideways. But I think, that's always been the major, problem. Sometimes a lot of guys always say, well, if there can be like a ladies-only gym, why can't there be a guys-only gym? Well, I think ladies have specific needs, and it's good to know that they're, being supported by their female brethren. And there's an oxymoron right there. And it was a really, really great experience. I had a really fun time. As you can see, we had a fun time with it. So there you go. A lot more cool stuff on Patch.com. Definitely go there and check it out. Well, guess what, guys? We have a bonus video. Just because I like you. Yeah. Because I want to give you a hug. Little video hug. Some of you may know, if you're watching the show, I'm also a playwright. And I've been doing a lot of plays recently in Manhattan. Also, a lot of plays right here in Long Island, New York. Some of you may realize that if you're watching this globally, this is actually filmed in the island of Long here in New York. And there's this really great playhouse here called So Luna Studio. Some of you also may know Evie Turner from the Evie Turner Show. She is going to be directing an evening of all of my one-act plays, all of my horror comedy one-act plays. And we're going to be showing you some really cool stuff in the future episodes. A lot of behind-the-scenes stuff with Evie directing those plays and some exclusive videos and even some of the songs we're going to debut for some of the plays. But about a few months ago, I did a whole night of one-act plays called Love, Sex, and Zombies. 5 plays, all about exploring what it's like to, be in love, be in sex, and be in zombies. And here is a highlight reel. It's about 2 minutes and change of the 5 plays that were featured in Love, Sex, and Zombies.
Don't understand. Did you hear the part where I said you made me wear culottes? My ladies on the boat have sent me on an errand of love to let me retrieve thy beautiful form. But that fake ID really impressed me.
Hey, I paid a lot of money for that ID.
It said your name was Meanwhile
Maybe I was adopted.
by a blind Chinese couple. These were television shows about special kids with special stories.
Shown after school, right? So that was when you were a kid, what, back in the 50s?
Be nice.
You meant nothing to me.
Saying something like that doesn't make it hurt any less.
You knew what my life was like before you asked me to move in here with you.
And you knew how much I cared about you even after some of the things you did to me.
John, no!
I warned you about the type of girl she was. You weren't here in any.
You got something to say to me?
I've been saying ever since we met!
Then why don't you just stop talking and listen?
Let's move it up, baby doll. We got more hearts to break.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you how much I care about you.
It's better that you didn't tell me. It would have never worked out.
What? Nothing. It's just a kiss. I understand. I think you're really nice.
That's so sweet. Evening, folks. My name is Debbie. I'll be your waitress for this evening.
Oh my God, it was so gross what that one guy did with the weed whacker.
Yeah, I was talking to Tom in the break. He was just like, yeah, just staring at me. Yeah, everything's fine. Never really saying anything. Just, yeah. So there you go. Love, Sex, and Zombies. We got some more really cool plays coming up. You actually saw some of the plays that were actually featured on this show. I think everyone except for Just a Kiss, which unfortunately was lost. But I actually have another version of Just a Kiss, which I will be showing on future shows. So as you guys know, originally I was signed up for this puppy to do 4 shows, and apparently people like me. What can I say? So we're going to be doing... Tom's laughing. So we're going to be doing a lot more shows for you guys. And the goal here, ladies and gentlemen, not only is to entertain the crap out of you, but also to let as many people know about this show. Now, in this world of social media, gang, if you like the show, share the show. Tell people about the show. It all depends on you guys. And I definitely love doing this. And I want to keep doing this because everybody here at Madhouse TV rocks, and I'm having such an amazing time, and I'm making such great connections and having a blast. So we got a lot more cool stuff coming up this fall on Madhouse. We got some interesting things. Tom's kind of like giving me the wink, like interesting stuff is happening. I think he might have a tick. We got somebody call the police. He's okay. That's all I can say, gang. Lots more. So, hey, thanks to Madhouse TV, effing rocks. Helena Noel, who loves you? Yeah, it's this guy right here. That's right, baby. I'm coming home to you very soon. Stick around for much more of the Strangio Show. Check us out at madhousetv.com. Also, check us out on comedyhooha.com. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. And share the show. That's it, gang. Episode 4. Lots more to come. You are watching The Strangio Show. Leah.